Welcome back to another episode of Miss Chin's Corner, and on today's episode we'll be making saltfish fritter, okay? But before we go any further, let's say it like a true Jamaican. Get a little bass in your voice. Saltfish fritters. Yes? Okay, let's move along. So, as you can see here, I've already went ahead and minced my codfish, saltfish. I am now adding in my flour. I am using Spelt Flour. And once again, you can go take a look in my description box where you find all the ingredients I used for this recipe. So here I'm just stirring to make sure I combine the flour with my saltfish. I'm now gonna go ahead and add my dry ingredients, which is all-purpose seasoning, turmeric, black pepper, and onion powder. Traditionally, this is called for fresh ingredients, so like your onions, your thyme, your whatever it is that you want to put in there. But I opened my fridge and I had nothing, and I have nothing. Anyways, we're not going to do the singing today. But I said, Chin, what is you going to do? And like I always say to you guys, use what you have. And that's exactly what I did. So thankfully I had some green seasoning in my fridge that I usually make at the top of the week so I can use in my recipes, and it was a lifesaver. So here I am adding in my green seasoning, and I will make a video and detailed video showing you guys how I make my green seasoning. But it's the usual, you know, some thyme, some onions, some green onions, some celery, cilantro, some ginger, some pimento, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Yes? And I feel like I'm talking too much. So I'm going to continuously add water to my dough, to each his own. Some people like their fritters to be a little bit thick, a little bit doughy. For me, I like it extremely thin because I like it a little bit crisp. Yes, I like anything that I'm putting in my mouth to be crispy. Nothing soft, nothing sag. Chin, move along. Move along, Chin. So once you get your mixture to the consistency you like, it is time to fry. And so you want to fry the dough until it's golden brown on the edges before you turn it over. So that gives and take about 2 to 3 minutes depending on how high your stove is. And that's the next thing. You don't want to have your stove too high because what will happen is the outside of your dough will cook, but the inside will still be raw. So make sure you gauge that stove correctly and do not overcrowd your pot. So as you can see, these are getting golden brown on the edges, so this would be a good time to give it a flip. But if you want to know if your dough is cooked, highly suggest using a toothpick. If you stick it in and it comes out clean, you know your dough is cooked, right? And if it doesn't, you know you got to leave it back in, right? So let's take these out. Let's put them on a piece of paper to let the oil soak out. Or you can just put it on a cooling rack if you have one of those as well. So I'm just gonna go ahead and continue to fry the remainder of my dough. And here is the final product. I decided to have a dip, which is just a little bit of a spice and a little bit of sweet, yes, to counteract with that salty. So if you guys do decide to give this recipe a try, don't forget to tag me on all socials at Miss Chin Corner. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and share my video. And until next time, take care of yourself.